Broom stats. Incredibly important to the game, but what do they actually mean? Let's find out. But before we dive in, fair warning, there's a lot of numbers and it's going to get just a little bit nerdy. Also, with that said, this video took a long time to make, so if you enjoyed the video and want to support more videos like this, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. So obviously when it comes to brooms, there's 3 different stats that you can upgrade and 3 different stats that make brooms unique: speed, durability, and agility. But we can take this one step further. By going to toggle details, we see a breakdown of what each of these categories mean. But some things are still kind of unknown or left to question. What do I mean by that? Well, for example, in the speed category, there's max speed, boost efficiency, and acceleration. However, if you notice, when players are boosting on brooms, it feels almost like you're going the same speed anyway. So does max speed actually contribute to your overall boosted speed? How much time does dodge cooldown reduction actually take off of your dodge? Questions like this are what we're going to answer in this video. So to start with this comparison, I'm going to be comparing the Oak Shaft at level 1, so it has 1 max speed, against the Firebolt level 5 full max speed to see what the difference is with their full boost speed. So with that test, we see that when it comes to boosting, a broom with a higher max speed goes faster. But what about when it comes to non-boosting speed? For this test, I start at the same 2 lines on either end that we were using before, but we're not going to boost at all. So this is a rather interesting result. We see the Firebolt clearly went a little bit faster when using boost, but went actually slower when not using boost. This will make sense in a second. You see, my thought here is that perhaps your broom's speed when not boosting is actually linked to your maneuvering speed, which we see here on the Oak Shaft has a speed of 2 for maneuver. Whereas if we go over to the Firebolt, it only has a maneuvering speed of 1. To test this, I'm going to race the Nimbus against the Firebolt without using any boost, because the Nimbus has a much higher maneuver speed compared to the Firebolt. However, the Firebolt has a higher max speed than the Nimbus. So for this final test, I'm going to be using the Nimbus and the Shooting Star. I picked these 2 brooms because the Shooting Star has almost max speed and only 1 maneuvering speed, and the Nimbus has the same max speed but a much higher maneuver speed. So again, another very interesting result. Both brooms have basically identical max speed, but the Nimbus went faster and has a much higher maneuver speed. So what conclusion can we draw from this? Well, either brooms use a combination of their max speed and maneuver speed to calculate how fast they actually go, or when it comes to boosting, you want to prioritize your max speed, but for moving without boosting, you want to focus on your maneuver speed. Alright, so the next stat I want to test is boost efficiency, and I feel like we kind of got a glimpse of that in some of our prior testing. To do this, we're once again going to be using the Nimbus, as it has one of the highest boost efficiency scores in the game, and comparing it to the Comet at level 3. that only has a boost efficiency score of 1. And what we're really trying to see here is if boost efficiency affects either the time it takes to start your boost or how much boost is consumed throughout the flight. So once again, for this test, I'm going to be starting on the line from the keeper goal area and just boost as far as I can and compare the times it took to start boosting and how long it took for the broom to run out of boost. Great, so from those results, we clearly saw that the Nimbus didn't run out of boost nearly as fast and got to start boosting a lot faster. But what if that actually just has something to do with the acceleration? That's what we're going to be testing now. And to test this, we're going to be using the Clean Sweep because it has full acceleration and only 3 boost efficiency, and comparing it to the Oak Shaft, which has also 3 boost efficiency but only 2 acceleration. So from these tests, we can conclude that boost efficiency is the rate at which it's consuming the boost, and acceleration is how quickly a broom can start boosting. Now I think most of the other stats are pretty self-explanatory, but I want to see how big of a difference they actually make. So the next test is going to be about health regen. And to do this, we're going to be comparing the Nimbus again, because it only has a health regen rate of 2, against the Shooting Star, which has a much higher health regen rate. Something to note, I would like to use the Swift Stick over the Nimbus for this test since it only has a health regen rate of 1, but I don't play Keeper very often. So we can see the difference with health regen, much like with speed and other stats, is just a couple of seconds. Which I would expect the same sort of results from things such as dodge cooldown and stun duration. If you guys really want to see those things too tested, be sure to let me know in a comment down below, but this is where I'm going to end the video. Thank you again guys for watching and for all the support I've been receiving on all of my other videos. It really means a lot.